What's up guys, Boy here. Today we're going to be doing another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the K-Bar Zombie Killers Collection Swabbie. Let's begin. So, funny story about this piece out there. So if you actually saw my Z Slasher review, which, yeah, that's actually the same day where they actually, a particular YouTube channel, Zombie Go Boom, actually tested this bad boy out. And as you definitely know, for one starters, it was pretty insane out there. Yeah, I actually used to watch that channel religiously out there. So, yeah, kind of funny thing about that whole situation. So, I decided to actually buy myself one of these. Yeah, it took me like a couple weeks out there, and I decided to purchase it for 75 bucks. Now, some of them can actually cost up to like $200. So, yeah. And this was something I was not planning on buying, believe it or not. Yeah, the K-Bar Zombie Killers line was like a little too expensive. And it was basically, yeah, I was pretty cheap. I can tell you that. Does like in another particular zombie themed line, which that we would get to do. So yeah, as you definitely know, in 2011, in the early 2010s, the whole term zombie knives have actually was coined a term because of, well, K-Bar really started the zombie trend, which, well, unlike a particular zombie, well, technically zombie-related company that actually was started in 2007, but K-Bar was the first one to started this whole thing. And as you definitely know, when these were announced, things like the Pestilence Chopper, the Feminine Tanto, the Death Dagger, the I think the Feminine Tanto and the Chopstick, I recall. I know there's like a couple folding knives out there. One specifically for this one. Like the Mule and I think it's the Karam or something. Correct me if I'm wrong out there. And then when, well, 2013 comes around, they decided to release their two other pieces, which is, well, the very more common one, which is the, well, basically the Zomstro, which it's actually a butcher's cleaver, and what we're going to talk about, this guy. Now, there is actually things like the Zombro, which is basically just the, I think, yeah, kind of like a normal K-Bar knife, but with just a green handle. So, let's go talk about the sheath itself. Okay. You got the sheath. This one comes with a Velcro patch. The Velcro patch to it. And you can actually put any type in there. I just put that right in there, because, well, that's what it comes with. Of course, there's a pocket, which, let me just show it. There. So, it actually stores in a lot of other stuff. And you can actually put, like, a sharpening stone in there, which, that's what I do. Comes with two other pieces of accessories, which we'll talk about the other accessory, the handle out there later on. And of course, it's pretty big, like over the top big. Of course, you have the little sheath for your neck knife, and of course, the main piece for your Swabbie out there. Let's go talk about the accessories. Now, the accessories is like basically a green paracord. And I have the same paracord like that. Like, this one's like pretty neon greenish. And of course, you get black handles. Now, if you actually got the Adventure Collection, it'll basically will have a lighter brown and a darker brown. So, let's go show you the handle itself. So, you're going to need, like, a hexagon screwdriver. Mine's is basically have that interchangeable bit tips out there. So, I took that out of the way. Yep, it's going to be an unintentional disassembly video, isn't it? Okay, there he is. So, there you go. I got the green handle out of the way. You can take all... Okay. Oh, that was a little tighter than I expected. Oh, the K-bar swabbie is... Let me focus. Yep. This is basically full tang. So that's another funny part about that one. I think there are some K-bar knives will have like full tangs, and some of them will have like the rather stick tang out there. So we got the black handle. Yeah, they actually put those on there, and they're actually interchangeable out there. So if you don't like the over-the-top green handle, which that cannot be understandable, you can actually replace it with the normal black handles. This one's actually probably really cooler out there by any means necessary. And of course, comes with the Acron skeleton knife. The steel itself is 3 CR15 stainless steel. Is recurved. And funny part about this situation, you can actually get a bigger version of this. Again, it's actually in the Adventure line, which is actually called as the Bacon Maker, which, yes, that's actually the same, design to it. And then we get this beauty out there. Now I got the K-bar swabbie. Now, this is more similar to a scimitar. Scimitar? That's what it is? Yeah, kind of like that. It's got a pretty long handle. You can actually do multiple styles on the handle out there, with the hook on there to have it not be loose out there. This is a 1095 Crowvan steel. Well, it could have been just called as carbon steel, but Crowvan's a more cooler name, aren't it? Isn't it? So, let's go talk about the size length. Now for the Acron. Now, the blade length size out there is 3.5 inches. The handle basically is the same 3.5 inches. While the overall size is basically 6.5, or yeah, no, it's just 6 inches. For the swabbie, the blade length is basically, well, almost 11 inches. Meanwhile, for the handle itself, it's basically like 7 inches. Well, the overall piece is 18 inches. So, let's go try this bad boy out. Now, the funny, during the recording out there, I decided to use it with the neon green handles. So, let's begin the test. So the results out there is pretty crazy. I mean, through a normal water bottle, it cuts pretty much clearly, like it's nothing. Well, for the medium to it is completely clean. That is like pretty clean. It feels like it's nothing. Well, except for that area, but you could see, yeah, kind of like that area basically is a little rough, but overall clean. Other guys basically, again, one strike and it's clean, but just that one's like a little bit, probably, well, because of my edge alignment didn't went well, but that's about it. Meanwhile, for the harder plastic, it's like completely like clean, like it's nothing. Well, for this one, it's a little bit pretty bad. I mean, for the chopping, but it's basically not almost through it. You can see it like it's not almost through it. But that was okay. That was pretty crazy looking about that. And then you get to the jug itself, which I actually thought it would bounce off or something. Would like bounce off or something, but nah. Here's like one clean cut. And for the chopping, bam, there you go. Big old clean cut onto these. Okay, I gotta say to be saying this about it, and it reminds me of a particular piece. You know what I'm talking about? The Felon, of course. Yeah, I know. I'm basically just saying what kind of gold standards of what knife it is. But this one's actually pretty good by comparison. So I give the K-Bar Swabbie an insane results of a 10 out of 10. Pretty much is a really good, pretty much of a good knife itself. And as you could definitely know, this is more like knife first and then zombie themed last, which is basically a pretty better idea. You know, from these other knife companies that, you know, I'm talking about making like the zombie line and then basically, you know what I'm talking about, the really cheaply made, you know, zombie killer, zombie head splitter and all that nonsense. No. It's basically of just like the Zomstro, good blade first and then zombie themed last, which is also pretty crazy. Now, I would say I would recommend getting this guy, which you could definitely no reason why, but this is a little bit now a little rare these days, which is I didn't know it was becoming this rare these days. So that wraps up of the K-Bar Swabbie. I'm Artil Boy, and I'm signing out. I'll see you guys next time.